Because they don't want the family to go into extinction, they find alternative of how to make a child to a person to feed that particular gap in Africa.
That gap, exactly. Yeah.
Because generation wearing out, there must be another group of people that will fill the gap. Because of Christianity, some families have worn out. Some families are born out completely because of Christianity. Don't go to, let us have my own child. I will never go to any woman and I will never have a child. It will just remain like that. Then the
family of 4 children and then their parents. So these children on their own, they just went on their own to do DNA, and the result shows that the first 3 of the 4 children are not the biological children of their father. It's only the last child that belongs to the father biologically. And their mom could not deny it any longer and told them, but the man responsible is no longer alive. And they have not told their father, the children, what should the children do in this situation now?
The question is very somehow complex, painful, and a show of lack of confidence. Because, first of all, we will not start first to hold blame on anybody for now. But what should we understand is that nature is always interesting. And certain things that happens depends on the culture of a society. Culture in the sense that Africa wants child, but developed world doesn't want child. The Western world doesn't want. They always like to know whether they are the right people, right owner of a thing. And because of it, that's resulted to the issue of DNA. In African society, we have much emphasis and reliance on having a child as my replacement after the man might have passed on. And because of that reliance, he wants to get the child at all costs. And for the man to get the child at all costs, he will try all possible best, either from himself or through another means in order to fill the gap that is lacking in his own home. Because in Africa, a home that has no child appears to be a home with pains and anger. No man in Africa that has no child is always happy. He's never happy. And because of this particular issue, in a good traditional standard, forget about the issue of Christianity that came up now. Such a thing takes place in the sense that when the man couldn't make it up by himself, they can go far to find alternative. And that alternative, making a propitiation to the forefathers in order to give them the right person who will produce a child that will becomes the owner of that family. And naturally,
that's in a situation where the man is
impotent. I don't want to use impotency because I just want to. So if you say it, Christianity will now talk about it like this man. But Africa is a tradition. A man who lacks that natural production of getting a woman pregnant, the tendency is that he finds an alternative, and that alternative is telling the wife to go home, go to the father's compound. He's giving her some little money. That will say, okay, I've given you, go home and do the thing. And when he comes back, he do some propitiation, and then everything will just end like that. And the child will be happy that he's having a child. The man will be happy that he has a child. It becomes an arrangement between the wife and the husband, the man, exactly. to go into that particular process in order not to be angry and feel pain in the absence of the children. And so many homes, which I know even biblically, went through this process. The family of David tradition came from Jesse, and not the father of Jesse that produced Jesse. Solomon came from the woman from Ethiopia.
Exactly.
And so many of these particular issues. So looking at the whole thing, looking at this particular trend of life, Africa values human beings and doesn't want to make mistake. Forget about Christianity that now brought in that we should not go and do certain propitiation in order to bring the right person who produce a good child. Then they see a girl who come on the road and become pregnant and go home and produce a thief. And we'll come back to say we have had the child. At the end, it will become a disgrace to the family. Traditionally in Igbo land, we don't do it. That family who has that child has a problem. Any girl in that family will never marry any man. Wherever any person wants to go and marry, will tell you that family, they have some stigma.
They have criminal tendencies.
While we are saying they have stigma. Yes. And you might ask their father, what is that stigma? I will tell you later.
Exactly. It's true.
Those families that are used to promiscuity, it's the same thing. Your father will tell you this family is full of promiscuity and they don't live in a husband's house. Igbo are very, very conscious of what they are doing so that they will not make mistake. So in that same thing that is happening, there's no need in our own tradition to ask for DNA. Because if you ask for DNA in that kind of situation, the tendency is that you're going to find an error.
Okay, and now that they have finally done the DNA, and
so I'm coming now. So for them, for those children, there's no need. If they feel the peace of the home and the longevity of the home. Because that in my little, if they happen to react to that particular point or looking for the man, the biological father of the last one will throw the wife away. That is one.
Okay, that is the man of the house.
The man of the house. Two, he will now throw those children away. Maybe the man is very rich and has a very good purpose of giving those children a better life. He will now lose interest. And such a thing might create a very good problem that the children can never solve because they continue to be a stigma throughout their life.
Exactly.
So for peace to reign, let them close that chapter.
So they shouldn't tell
they shouldn't tell their father. The mother should know that it's a useless woman.
Yeah,
and they should close their mouth, seal it very well, and make sure that they will not give any attention to the mother. Just like because he was the person who created the problem.
The problem, exactly.
To me. Because even in that developed world we are talking about, he's the only person who comes to the main road and tell you that he did his own DNA, did his DNA. Many people didn't want to come to the public and tell you that they have DNA. They want to have peace in their mind and their home.
Exactly.
Because if you want trouble, yes, we don't want trouble. And the next thing is that the three will now plot a graph on how to eliminate that one that has the father's DNA. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you. I see.
Because they don't want the family to go into extinction, they find alternative on how to make a child to a person to feed that gap in that
gap. Exactly. I see.
Right?
I see. Yeah.
Because generation wearing out, there must be another group of people that will fill the gap. Some because of Christianity, some families have worn out completely. Some families have worn out completely because of Christianity. Don't go to let us have my own child. I will never go to any woman and I will never have a child. It will just remain like that. Then the wife.
And I think this is also affecting the population of Igbo people.
Particular
Hausa people, they marry as many as possible because of their religion.
Because of not their religion, because of their interest. Forget about religion.
Because of their interest. Exactly.
And they want to have more population. They're procreating every day.
And I think even the Yorubas are doing better.
They are doing better. They are still doing the same thing.